That's the end of the sutta. So here you see, because of hatred towards Sariputta and Moggallana, this monk Kokalika has gone to this deep hell where he will be there for so long time, which reminds us that nowadays, if you look into some of the Mahayana sutras, they also try to put down the Arahant Sariputta. And so you can imagine people who harbor hatred like that against Sariputta, they will also have to reap their karma vipaka. So I stop here. Right. Anything to discuss?
Normally when they say Dhammavuddho, is it the one that is the first jhana phase?
Yeah.
Then let's say for non-jhana, they still call them Brahma?
No.
But then just now you indicate that what non-jhana, then you come and give some advice for one of the monks, and then there was what independent Brahma.
Which chapter was this? Which sutta? What page?
The Dhammavuddho.
It's on number 9 page. Brahma Tudu. Something wrong here because non-returner is anagamin, and anagamin is either born in the 4th jhana heavens, the Suddhavasa, or is reborn in the formless realm, arupa realms. So but if he's like once returner, then he can be reborn in the Brahma heavens. I can't explain why there's a discrepancy here. Yachi, why?
In the sutta, we usually come across this word dwelling alone. So, what is the secret of dwelling alone? Because most of us will feel very like sad or depressed when we are alone in the deep company. So actually, how do we actually really practice dwelling alone?
You know, dwelling alone is very much advised by the Buddha for his monks, because it is very helpful to going into our mind. When we want to attain liberation, we want to get out of this world of the 6 senses. And to get out of the world of 6 senses, we have to go into deep meditation. So if we dwell with others, it's difficult because sometimes people want to talk to us even though we don't want to talk to others. And if we dwell with others, there are so many things going on that can distract us. So sometimes if a monk is serious about practicing, then even though he dwells with others, for example in a monastery, then he spends a lot of his time alone, either in the kuti without seeing others, or he goes to a quiet place to practice his meditation. Later on, in the suttas, there's mentioned, I think Venerable Ananda's preceptor, Venerable Nigroda Kappa, I think, he is one of the monks. He will go on alms round meditation, on alms round After he gets his food, he comes back, he eats his food. After eating his food, he will go straight to his kuti and lock himself in the kuti the whole day. He only come out in the evening when there's a Dhamma discussion, or the next morning when he goes on alms round again. So this person, so even though he dwells with others, he's practically dwelling alone because he doesn't want to associate with others. He practices aloofness. This is Kaya Viveka. Kaya Viveka, dwelling alone, is helpful for us to attain Chitta Viveka. Chitta Viveka is a mental seclusion. Mental seclusion, that means secluding ourselves from the six senses, the world of the six senses, and going back into our mind, because that is the direction we have to go if we want liberation. If we want liberation, we have to go away from the world of the six senses, and that can only be achieved by going into our mind. So this dwelling alone is much advised by the Buddha for the monks who are serious, who want to attain liberation. I have practiced dwelling alone for many years, and I find it's very suitable for meditation when there's nobody to talk to you and you have no duties and nothing to do except to meditate and to read the suttas. And because you don't have a lot of what you call fanno, a lot of things to disturb our mind, then your meditation can come together very much easier than when you dwell with people.
One sutta that mentioned Brahma, Deva.
Yeah.
And the sutta indicate that this Brahma talk to the mother.
Oh yeah.
But then the mother is not an arhat.
Yeah.
So how would she be able to?
She.
Yeah, she. Because
No. How would she be able to see the Brahma?
How to be able to because over here they say the Brahma told her that she has been offering so much to the Brahma, but then actually the Brahma won't need. So it's better to give to the. So how can she? Because she don't meditate, and then she was. The only thing is the dreams.
No. When the Deva wants you to see, then you can see. But on the other hand, if you have psychic power like the Arahants, even though the Deva don't want you to see, you can see them. You see? But in this case, they want you to see, that's why they appear. That's why like sometimes ghosts want to disturb you. They will appear, make you see. And they make you see what they want you to see, like frightening shapes and all that. So like in one of the suttas, the Majjhima Nikaya, this Mara came to disturb Mahamoggallana. He just finished his meal and he was doing walking meditation, and Mara went into his stomach. Then he felt his stomach very heavy. Then he sat down in meditation, and very quickly he saw Mara. They asked Mara, "Get out, why you disturb me?" And Mara came out of his stomach and then stood at the door with his hand leaning against the door and tried to use his psychic power to make himself invisible. But because Mahamoggallana's psychic power was greater, then Mahamoggallana could see him. Then told him, "You are standing at the door and you think I can't see you, but I can see you." So it depends on whose psychic power is stronger. Any other thing? It is true as we grow older, our body becomes weaker. But then we have to use our wisdom how to combat it. One thing, as we grow older, we don't physically exercise so much. So because we don't physically exercise so much, we can conserve some of our energy, and also because of that, we don't need to sleep so much. Somebody who's young, who's very active, they need to sleep 8-9 hours a day. You see. Many old people, they find about 2 or 3 hours of sleep is enough. But then if we are not used to it, we still feel quite tired. So the one way is to sleep less and put our mind on practice sati more, put our mind on our meditation object as often as we can. Sometimes, for example, if we are tired, we lay down but try not to sleep. Because I think there is scientific evidence that if we sleep about 2.5 hours every day, it is enough for the mind. But the body is something else. The body. So if we don't exhaust ourselves as we grow older, we find we have to lie down more. More often we have to lie down. You see, even in the Suttas and the Vinaya books, the Buddha sometimes talk with his disciples and he says, I have to lie down, my back is giving me pain. And then he asks one disciple to talk to the monks, to the Sangha, and then he will lie down. But he lies down, he knows exactly what they are talking. He doesn't fall asleep. So that's the way. It's true, we have to lie down more, but then we try to maintain this awareness. That's why this Jagarya no Yoga is striving to keep wakeful. In fact, in the Vinaya books, we find that the Buddha expected his monks not to fall asleep. They only asked them to lie down. For example, at night, they should lie down 4 hours. When we lie down, actually, the body gets rested. So if we can maintain our meditation object, then the mind is not so scattered. So you can maintain your concentration. That's very helpful, because when our mind is very concentrated, we don't need to sleep so much. Just as an example, there was a time when my meditation was quite good. When I go to sleep, 1 hour automatically I get up, and after 1 hour you feel quite refreshed. You don't feel. Whereas if your mind is not concentrated, you find you need to sleep a lot. So it's important to maintain our concentration as much as we can. But if we are meditating, we should not allow ourselves to nod. We must always maintain a very straight posture. But if you find yourself nodding, it could be that you are exhausted, physically exhausted. Then one way is to put your head down. Put our head down, because when there is a chakra point here, when we put our head down, we get some rest. So if you do that and you still find you are very tired, it's best to go and lie down, even for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Okay, I think we have enough tonight.